Alright guys, Dokkan time again, and today is going to be a revisited how to build specifically for Evo Blue Vegeta. So, first of all, before we really get into it, I would like to thank everybody for the bajillion comments that was put onto the video. This video has hit over almost 10K likes or views, and it is it's unexpected. I appreciate everyone, dropping in their posts, being civil. I understand there's been some disagreements with giving Vegeta dodge. I am here to remedy that, or at least give different build suggestions along with no build options of dodge and so forth. So once again, regardless of how you came off on any comments, I appreciate everyone's comments that went into this video. I appreciate you greatly. I appreciate everyone in general, because I am a low-ranking YouTuber, and I don't really get very many views, and I'm not that popular. So I just have a bald head and shiny glasses. So, anyways. So, first of all, I will apologize for the set of builds right here that you're about to see. These are going to seem a little spiteful. I'm not trying to be spiteful, I'm just trying to make a point. So, for everybody that is completely anti-dodge, and I completely understand the idea, this guy does not need dodge technically. He's probably technically almost the best tank in the bloody game, so I do understand. I do understand that he does not need dodge. And for those people that do not believe that Vegeta needs dodge, these first sets of builds are for you. So, this is a 55% build here on the right-hand side of the screen that you can see here. You'll notice that you'll notice here. Let me get my little pointer here. So you'll notice here that we got an additional right here, and then we got this dodge right here, and it says level 0 to 5. What I'm meaning by this is that you're choosing to use the anniversary equipment instead of choosing to add an additional. You can, by all means, do this. This gives you an extra 400 defense. 400 defense. Technically, that can add up to quite a bit. Technically, it's very minimal also for 55%. Vegeta does not need crit, in my personal opinion. And by giving him this silver equip on a 55%, it gives you 400 defense, and then it gives you 6 crit. Crit that is not necessarily needed in my personal opinion, but nonetheless, it will be that. Now, also, the reason why I have 0 to 5 with dodge right here is because for those that do not wish Vegeta to dodge, you do have the option, if you did not give him the level 5 dodge node in his hidden potential, to just not activate it. You don't have to activate the level 5 dodge. You can just keep the level 5 dodge off. That's completely fine. That is a viable thing. People did it for the full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I'm not even being exaggerating. I mean, I'm trying to be a YouTuber and being a little bit humorous. But in general, no, this is a legit build. I'm not joking. This is legit. This is fine. This is fine. I understand. I do understand. But I would suggest equipping the level 8 defense orb. It does actually take up quite a bit. 800 defense is crazy. It is quite a bit. It does help. It does help. With that in mind, let's go ahead and look at the next part of this build. The next one is a 69% build. So with the 69% build, we once again have this. You can choose to not even activate the level 5 node. By all means, just keep it turned off. And then at 69, you only have so many options. And once again, this is with anniversary metal or anniversary equipment specifically. So you're choosing to keep the crit rather than giving him more additional. Once again, completely fine. You want to keep that 400 defense and that level 6 crit, entirely up to you. If you have only one dupe, that means that without choosing dodge nodes, you can have a level 9 additional and a level 9 crit. Level 9, level 1 is equivalent to 2%. So this is an 18% chance to additional, and then an 18% chance to crit on top of the 50% and on top of the 100%. So there is that also for 69% builds. And then we'll move on to the 2 dupe and above build, which is right here. So with this build here, for Vegeta, this is it. Like, there is no changing it. This is exactly what your hidden potential will look like every time. You know, level 0 dodge, that means you chose not to put any dodge into him. You did not give him the 5%. He is sitting at 99% completion in your hidden potential, and he will never have a shiny rainbow star. Then that means instead of giving him 6 additional dodge, you chose to give him more crit on top of the level 6 crit that he has right here. And your maximum potential of hidden potential additional will be level 21. Mind you, the level 21 is... No. Yeah, no, this is the maximum. This is the maximum. Because you're choosing to you keep the anniversary equipment on. With the anniversary equipment on, you cannot increase the additional past the point of which the hidden potential is allowed to give. In this case, a maximum of 15, and then the 6 that you're getting from the gold equip. So this is the maximum amount, which means that his maximum additional from the hidden potential is now at 42% chance to additional. Also, everybody remember, with additional, when an additional procs from the hidden potential, it has to it's proccing twice, technically. So you have a 42% chance with this for your additional to proc. Now, this additional could be a normal, or it could be a super attack. The game then flips a coin. It's a 50-50 shot if it's going to be a normal or a super attack. So, but yeah, there's just that to keep in mind. So this is what the no dodge advocate build will look like with all anniversary medals, full defense orbs, and no dodge, which means he's a 99% unit. And yeah, putting in the crit. But yeah, that's the build for the no dodgers. If you do not wish to put dodge onto Vegeta, by all means, do not put dodge on Vegeta. That is perfectly fine and understandable. So, now we will move into the build suggestions that I personally would suggest. These are my suggestions. You do not have to choose these suggestions. Entirely up to you. Just entirely up to you. So, for 55% builds, I would highly suggest waiting on using an anniversary equipment. I do not personally believe that the 400 extra defense is going to do much. I just don't feel like the extra 400 will amount to very much. I feel like the 10% chance to get an additional super off will help out Vegeta at 55% immensely more than the little itty bitty little bit of 400 defense at 55%. Because at 55% you're already lacking stats, and I just feel like the little oomph of 400 just doesn't go far enough in this case. And he already has built-in crit, so I don't see any reason to equip it to him at the given moment. The good thing about the anniversary equips, though, is that they are EX skill orbs, so you can pop them off whenever you so choose and replace them, you know, see if you feel like it makes a difference. But I would actually suggest going ahead and keeping the level 8. You know, 400 doesn't amount, but let's double down that at 800, and then we're actually cooking a little bit. But once again, you could change this to another additional orb, and I wouldn't blame you whatsoever. So, with that one, let's move on to the next part of the build. So this is once again the same thing as I said before on the no dodge buildings. You know, you have all of your anniversary equips right here. You chose to actually 100% complete Rainbow Star of the unit, so you gave him his level 5 dodge, and then you chose to not give him more dodge, and then give him the crit, and then the maximum potential of only 21 additional. So this is probably what a majority of players' builds look like. In fact, I would probably argue to say that at least 50% of players will probably use this build, and that's perfectly fine. This is a perfectly fine, great build. I'm not, once again, no sarcasm intended. I just try to be funny. This is a good build. This right here is an ideal build. This is what majority of people will tell you to do. Equip those anniversary equips. Don't give them any more dodge. Just throw it into crit. Might as well, because you don't want them to dodge. You want them to get hit. And then, you know, just have the level 21 additional. So, but now I will show you my personal build. My personal build. This is my personal build choice. You do not have to choose it. It is entirely up to you. It's completely up to you. I chose to forego the silver equip. Went with the gold equip. 100% went with the gold equip because that's another 400 on top of the 800. That's a 1200 boost. And then I decided to give him a level 5 additional. I'm choosing to do this primarily because I want the full 52% chance to additional. I want a literal coin flip chance to be able to get a hidden potential super to go off. Personally, in my playtime with the game, I have found that unless you have, you know, this hidden potential up to level 25, I just don't feel it, you know, a portion of the time. I just don't. I have poor RNG luck. That's just me. That's just me. I'm sorry. I have poor RNG. I completely understand the dodge, the no wanting of dodge. Ultra Instinct Goku doesn't dodge for me. That dude hits all the bloody time, and I have him at full Maximer dodge. So it is what it is. But anyways, so with this, you can choose to either go with a level 6 crit, or you can just put the rest into his dodge. You don't have to do this. I personally don't see a big difference because with dodge, every level of dodge is only 1%. So a level 5 dodge is a 5% chance to dodge, and a level 11 chance to dodge is 11%. 11% is equivalent to about roughly 1 in 10 times you will actually dodge. It's not very often. You only have to get hit 5 times, so theoretically if 10 attacks come at Vegeta, he's only going to dodge once with this dodge amount. So, I mean, it's entirely up to you if you want to put that in there, or you can just give him the level 6 crit. Completely up to you. This is just my personal build choice right here for Vegeta. I feel like the extra 5 additional helps more than the 400 defense. I think he already has an absurdly high enough defense. This is a unit at, you know, 100% passive, 100% build up, 200% team, revived, can hit up to 2.5 million defense, has guard, and 50 to 80% damage reduction. I don't think he needs 400 defense added from 1 silver equip. I just don't feel the need for it. I think it's fine without it. Personally, I find it fine without it. So, with all that being said, I would like to also show off the roles. The roles for Vegeta. Now, Vegeta has a couple placements that you can put him in. Hold on, I apologize. I'm trying to find out where I put I have so many random, there we go. So, his role tips are as follows. He is a defensive unit. Vegeta is a defensive unit entirely. He can do damage. He definitely does damage. But at the end of the day, I believe his role is to tank. That is 100% his goal in the game, is to be a tank. As far as his best slot position goes, just slot 1, man. You can throw him into slot 2 if you so choose. Slot 2, I mean, really, he can be in any slot. He really can. But once he's fully built up, he's revived and everything, he's a slot 1 tank, bro. He tanks. He just tanks. Super good unit in slot 1. Maybe before he gets his revive effect off, you can put him in slot 2, just to be safe. But otherwise, I mean, I feel like his position is 100% in slot 1. And as far as his partners go, you'll notice. Let's get the pointer back out here. Let's get the sucker back out here. So you'll notice I have like Tech Omen Goku right here. We got the Master Ultra Instinct AGL LR Goku. We got the Evo Ken LR duo right here. We got Broly. And then this weirdo right here, this little intelligent Super Vegeta. The reason why this guy is right here is because there's been rumors that we were going to get a Super EZA for him. And I mainly put him there actually as a placeholder. So if we ever get like the AGL Blue Vegeta, this Intelligence Blue Vegeta, any Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta in the game that comes out, or EZAs or Super EZAs, he should technically be a very viable, good link partner for this Vegeta. So this is more of a placeholder right here in this middle slot. As far as his leaders go, I mean, if you didn't notice, superhero, Vegeta family, superhero, Miraculous Awakening, tournament participants, and then Jiren. 200% is for Jiren. Topo would be a 170 lead. Goku would be a 180 at the AGL MIUI. The next 200% would actually be Omen, LR Goku, Tanabata on JP, and another 200% would be Orange Piccolo and Vegeta, and then the Gammas. I threw Beast Gohan on here because he's a 170 unit. And you can throw him onto the team, obviously, but he's only 170. And I do feel like Vegeta can pop up on a lot of 170 teams and be completely fine. So there is that all to keep in mind. So with all of that finally being said at 17 minutes into this video, I am gonna go ahead and just kind of like let the roles go over for like the build suggestions right here, my personal build ones, and then we're gonna go over his kit real quick. So alright, so this Vegeta here, he has several 200% options here on global. I did not put in the 17 and 18. 17 and 18 are completely a very good option as a leader. I just would highly suggest floating them rather than keeping them on rotation. Orange Piccolo, good solid 200% lead for Vegeta, and then of course the Super Saiyan transforming Vegeta is also a good 200% option. As you will notice though, you know, Gammas are on here. I think that's just the website, but the Gamma should be a 200%. He has several 200%, but a lot of 170 options too. He is a 180% lead. He can lead himself, of course. You can run double Vegeta. I didn't put that in the roles, but you can double lead Vegeta, and that's perfectly great. That's fantastic, actually. I would not blame anybody if I saw you put a Rainbow Vegeta as your friend lead. Wouldn't blame me at all. His 12 key is greatly raised defense, causes colossal damage, 50% chance to crit on 12 key, and then he raises allies' chance of performing a crit by 7%. So basically every additional you do will have a 50% chance to be a critical, and he will raise allies' chance to crit by 7% as well. And then on his 18 key, he has a 50% chance once again to crit, and then gives all allies on this turn and the next turn 7% chance to crit, and once again greatly raises attack and defense, not just defense. Both keys just defense. Now for his actual passive here. Oh boy, and it's a long one. Attack and defense 200%, key +7, and guards all attacks for one turn from the character's entry turn, and then launches an additional attack that has a 77% chance of becoming a super attack, reduces damage received by 50%, plus an additional damage reduction of 10% up to 30% within the same turn of each attack received or evaded. Just keep in mind the damage reduction is not does not mean he needs to take a hit. He doesn't need to take a hit to get that damage reduction up. So there is that to keep in mind. So if you took a normal you already have 60% damage reduction. You take 2 normals, you have 70% damage reduction. You take a third normal, you have 80% damage reduction for the turn. Very good. Very good, very good. Even, you know, post-revive, I mean, 80% damage reduction, man, you're tanking almost everything. Almost. Keep us 3 up to 10% plus an additional attack and defense plus 30% up to 120 with each attack performed. And then plus an additional attack plus 77 and performs a critical hit when activating the active skill or when key is 24 or more. Ooh boy, there's a lot of crit that goes into this unit, guys. There is so much crit. Next part of his passive is Revive with 77% HP recovered when the character or an ally attacking the same turn is KO'd. Once only starting from the character's next attacking turn after the character receives an attack 5 or more times in battle. So this is the part where a lot of the arguments came from and a lot of the comments came from in general. He does have to get hit 5 times in order to be able to revive, but he just needs to get hit 5 times in total. After he gets hit 5 times, he can revive at any point in time. With his old build, with how he was before EZAing, you would have to worry about this a lot. Like, before he got his EZA, this was torturous. Like, this probably gives people PTSD. Because you would have to get hit 5 times within the turn, I believe. Plus an additional key plus 7 in attack and defense plus 77% starting from the turn in which the character or an ally's revival skill is activated. So once again, you know, you don't have to revive with Vegeta. You can ignore the fact that he needs to get hit 5 times because this procs as soon as their revival skill, like, of anybody goes off. So if Ultra Instinct Goku doesn't dodge and he dies, which he is a dodge or die unit pretty much on a large portion of supers in the game, you know, you'll revive. Vegeta will get his revive effect and he'll have guard for the entirety of the rest of the fight, which is exactly what happens when he does revive, or gets the revive effect to go off. He does also have an active skill, which causes colossal damage to all enemies. That's it. Not a big thing. It can only be activated when HP is 50% or more starting from the 4th turn from the start of battle, once only. His links are Prodigies, Royal Lineage, Godly Power, Prepare for Battle, Turn of Power, Fierce Power, and Legendary Power. Not the most amazing links, I would say. I mean, they could be better, they could be worse. Prepared for Battle is a good generic one at least. But mostly he's only going to be linking up for the majority with other Vegetas. Like I said, if we get a super EZA for any blue Vegeta, he's gonna be really cooking. But otherwise, I would say his primary partners are gonna be like Ultra Instinct and Omen Gokus from Tournament of Power, Evo Ken. You know, all of those will be solid partners with this Vegeta moving forward, and then of course other Vegetas in general should link very well with him. And you know, having Royal Lineage and Prodigies, Prepared for Battle, Fierce Battle, all of those. So he'll generally always have like 4+ links activated at all times. The only links that probably won't be activated majority of the time is probably going to be Godly Power, which is more crit chance at 5% and attack plus 15%. And then Tournament of Power, which is key plus 3 attack and defense plus 7%, which isn't a huge thing, but the key does help. A little, I guess. I mean, you can get up to an extra 10% or an extra 10 key right here. So I don't know. But anyways, guys, I think that's gonna be it for the video. No. I have to go show the defense. One sec. All right, now we're gonna show off Halvard's calculations with the anniversary medals, I mind you. So with that full build, so, you know, without support, we're not looking too crazy, you know, without full build up, without anything, you know, he doesn't look insane. But, you know, once Vegeta gets hit a couple times, you know, he's got that full build up, you know, post 18 key super, 970k, that's with 50% damage reduction, I mind you. And then if he actually gets a double super off, which he pretty much will almost always double super, he'll be a nearly 1.3 million defense. Post-revive is where we really start cooking here. At, you know, 1.3 to not 1.3, but 1.7 million defense to 1.3. The triple super is where I would start kind of like, it depends, you know, it really depends on your hidden potential. This right here, like, this is why I chose to put in a little bit of, I forgoed the like 400 defense and put in more additional. I did that because of this right here, to increase the odds of getting that additional super to go off so I can hit that 2 million range defense, because that is nice. That is very nice. And then of course we have the, you know, 40% support, which can only make it go further. And trust me, when you're rocking this guy on a superhero tournament of power, you know, any of the Universe 7, they are just constantly buffing the crap out of each other off and on rotation. So you can definitely expect 40% support, if not potentially more, depending on the units you're rocking. But with that all being said, I think I'm finally officially done with this how to build for Vegeta. No, I am not going to do this for Goku. Goku is very plain and simple and has very much little to no arguments. But Vegeta here has obviously sparked quite a bit of an uproar. And I think it's mostly because of Super Saiyan 4 Full Power Goku. Like, I think we all had PTSD from that full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku just not dodging. Like, I'm not even kidding you. And I think he's like a 200. Yeah, this dude creates PTSD right here. This freaking unit is literal PTSD when it comes to a unit requiring to take hits. I completely understand it. I completely get it, guys. I completely get it. So, anyways, guys, let me know how you're going to choose to build your Vegeta. And have a good day and a good night.